is what you're made of. You are perfect and pure, even if you're not sure. It's what you're made of. L-O-V-E, love.
Thank you, Jack. Thank you, Ori. I love the line in that song about the eagle. He just heads straight into the wind. He doesn't pick a fight, he just gives in. I like that, but he always makes it home every time. Because somehow the universe is guiding us. And it's guiding us to our highest good and bringing us home. And we can surrender to that. And that's where our power is, because we're surrendering to the great power of the universe. And that power is within us. Last week we celebrated Easter and the resurrection of Jesus the Christ, as well as our own spiritual resurrection. Learning that the Christ is in us. Learning how to resurrect that power within us. And be as the light in this world. But the story doesn't end there. That's where it begins. Amen. That's where our story begins. Once we're resurrected, the ascension of our soul begins. Our consciousness continues to expand into greater spiritual realization. We're expanding and expanding more and more our consciousness. And it's a wonderful thing when we think about it's all happening right here and right now. See, the problem is we're trying to get someplace else instead of being right here, right now. And Bruce, thank you for that wonderful meditation. And that little fact that stuck in my head, that it takes 250 million years for one orbit of the Earth to go around the Milky Way galaxy. So if you're heading somewhere, it's going to take you 250 million years to arrive right here, right now. Isn't that amazing? So we can choose this moment to allow our consciousness to expand, to be resurrected in this moment. The problem we've always had is we make up all of these crazy rules and regulations about the process of awakening, instead of allowing ourselves to be awake. There's a line from A Course in Miracles that says, God only creates mind awake. So you've actually put yourself to sleep. Joel Goldsmith calls it the mass mesmerism. The mesmerism of the human consciousness. So today, I want to wake you up. I want to talk about the ascension of the human consciousness, which of course was demonstrated by Jesus the Christ. But you are a Christ, a Buddha, what do they call that? Bodhisattva? There's a Bodhisattva sitting right there. There's another one. If you choose to be, because that Christ, that Buddha nature, the divine nature, whatever you want to call it, it's within you and it is you. It's extremely comforting to me to know that I'm an eternal soul, that my existence does not begin and end with this body. It's of extreme comfort to me to know that. And it's also extremely exciting to know that I can increase my awareness of my soul's journey. And I can participate in it. Instead of just going with whatever the world tells you that you are. I want to be like the spiritual water. You're not going to stop that river. You're not going to stop that. You can only join it. You can only go with the flow. If you go against the flow, you're going to be struggling to keep your center. And many of us do. We struggle to keep our center. We are overcome by anxiety or depression or other kinds of disease or fears. We're overcome by a sense of separation. And that's the cause of all of our other negative feelings, is that sense that I'm separate from you, that I'm separate from my source. So today we have an opportunity to align ourselves again with the journey of ascension, the post-resurrection journey of our soul. Traditional Christianity, the ascension of Jesus is a single event. It occurred for a single individual. But just as the resurrection is a pattern, a divine pattern of awakening for every individual, the ascension is also a divine pattern. It's an embedded pattern in our soul. It's our soul's return to oneness. And we have that memory within us. It's embedded within our consciousness, that memory. The evolution of human consciousness could be considered the inevitable ascension of the human mind into complete expression, God consciousness, Christ consciousness, returning to the light. Returning to the light or entering heaven. It's not a matter of the death of the body. It is exclusively a matter of expanding your consciousness by whatever means available. Don't stop. Don't get complacent. If you're getting upset with this world, expand your consciousness. If you want to change something out there, change something in here. Amen. Expansion of the consciousness. That's the only thing that's going to assure your return to oneness. And remember, heaven's not a place. We're not waiting around trying to be good so we get to heaven. Yeah, John's jumping the gun here. We are already there. Because heaven's not a place. It's not a place that where you go. It's going to take you 250 million years at least to get right back here. So it's not a place and it's not a condition. It's an awareness. This is from A Course in Miracles. It's merely an awareness of perfect oneness. And it's the knowledge that there's nothing else. There's nothing outside this oneness. There's nothing else within this oneness. It's all one. Again, Bruce was clairvoyant in his meditation. It's all one. There's nothing outside of God. There's nothing else within. So there's no opposite to God or love. Let's just call it divine love. There's no opposite to divine love, divine intelligence. There's no opposite. It's not a place, it's not a condition, it's an awareness of this oneness. So what I'm saying emphatically is that heaven is an awareness within you. It's not a physical place, but a state of consciousness. Jesus was trying to tell his disciples the same thing. We've changed it, we've misinterpreted and misrepresented his teachings, but he plainly said in Luke 17 that heaven is within you. And it's not obtained through observation. Sorry, Albert. It's not an observation. It's an experience of something within. Because finally, what happened after Albert Einstein was quantum physics, which said whatever's happening within is happening without. It doesn't happen outside. You observe it, and then you make it real. It happens inside. You observe it, and then you make it real for you. It doesn't mean that it's real. If it's temporary, it's not real. It's an illusion. We'll get to that another day. But I want to talk about ascending out of the illusion back to oneness. Because it makes perfect sense to me that we can all benefit immensely by making the focus of our life the expansion of our individual state of consciousness to become more aware of our oneness. Whatever means we use, prayer, meditation, spiritual classes, spiritual lifestyle, whatever it takes doing it. It takes focusing your mind, your heart, and your life on the truth. Focus, practice that. Forget everything else. All those other things were just causing you trouble. And don't go back there.
Amen.
Ever. Because you don't need it.
Absolutely.
What you need is to focus on your awareness of what you call God. Eternal being, oneness, the presence. And keep doing that. And invite others into your experience of peace. Invite others into your experience of love and oneness. And that's all. We're not going to resist the evil. We're going to shine it away like the darkness. Like the light shines away the darkness. Our awareness will shine away the apparent evil of separation. Now, divine consciousness, God consciousness, will always remain the same. It's not going anywhere. God consciousness isn't going anywhere. And we could never be outside the realm of the divine in truth. We have dimmed our awareness, that's all. That's all. We're kind of walking around in the dark, but we made the darkness. Just know that you can turn on the light. You can do it. Not only can you, you have to do it for yourself. You have to turn on that light within your own consciousness. See, it's for this reason that we all need to be resurrected from our dream of separation and darkness, because we're the ones dreaming. We're the ones that need to wake up. Only through raising our own conscious awareness will we be able to see the light and dwell in the light. As the song says, like we sang in the beginning, we're opening up in sweet surrender to that luminous love light of the One. We're opening up to that luminous light. And that light is deep within us and all around us. I know when this world seems too much to bear, I'm there with you. I just want to escape it sometimes. We just want out of the pain and the suffering. We just want it to stop. And we just want it to end. But when I'm there, this is when I can call on the truth within me. Because whatever it is, it's moving me toward an experience of oneness, an experience of healing. It's coming up for healing. Lily and I were talking just yesterday. If we create everything in our lives, are we creating what's going on in the world? Well, collectively, yes. But it's a very small part. Don't be fooled. It's a minuscule part of what's happening. There's trillions of bits of information available to you, and you take your mind and you close it down to the small little spectrum of information, and you call that your reality. Look how small that is. This little space between my fingers. That's what I'm focused on, and that's what I talk about. That's what I talk about with my friends. Did you see what was on TV today? Right? But look at that little space between my fingers in relationship to all the space in this room. There's a lot more information available here than what I'm focusing on. Okay, now look at it in relationship to all the space in the world. Oh, and now look at it in relationship to all the space in the galaxy. I could go on and on. I want my mind to be expanded and ascend to a different experience. That's the experience that will shine away all this ugliness that we're seeing now. Because I will ask the question before I do anything, what would love do now? I will ask that question. And I will listen for Spirit to answer me. We're acting out of our fears so often. We're acting out of our anger. We're acting out of our sense of separation way too much. Our sense of judgment. when we have the opportunity to act from our God consciousness. Wow. What would love do in that scenario? Which consciousness would love choose to act from? I know that we have a really amazing opportunity. The thing about trying to understand spiritual events conceptually is that I put it into a frame where I think I can understand it within this little frame of thinking instead of all of the information available. And so what that turns into is this idea of rapture. Oh, well, Jesus ascended to the heavens and he's going to come back and we're all going to ascend with him the same way. And we've been waiting how long, Charlie? Charlie knows of a preacher that had the exact date and time and place where Jesus was going to return. And he got all his followers and they went to that place at that time and they waited and nothing happened. And yeah, because he's already here. He's already within you. And you're going to be waiting, Bruce just told me, 250 million years for the next moment to happen. So, in this now moment, I can ascend in my consciousness to the same place Jesus was in his consciousness, and we're together. And we're not only together, we are one, and one with everything, because there never was any separation. We missed one important fact in that whole story is we're already in the light. We're already in heaven. We never left. And so all that's missing is awareness. Jesus didn't go anywhere. His consciousness expanded to everywhere and nowhere simultaneously. The translation of nowhere is now here. I like that. It's the same letters. You just separate the now from the here. So, I know I sound like an old hippie when I say be here now. But there's nowhere else to be, guys. Unless you want to wander off again, I'll see you in another 250 million years. I'll still be right here. I'll welcome you back. And that's the whole deal with Jesus. He says, I'm right here. I'll welcome you back anytime you want. And I really love that. That's a true friend. He's not going anywhere. I'm not going to wait 250 million years to hang out with him again. It's too much fun being here now. So this is the true meaning of ascension. The true meaning of ascension is progressive unfoldment of man. This is Charles Fillmore. This is from the Revealing Word. It's a progressive unfoldment. You're moving from animal to spiritual. But in the middle, he says, I know you can't see that too well. It's measured in states or degrees of consciousness. So he says you have to go from the animal to the mental state, the place where you realize your experience is created in your thinking. It's created in your mental energy. And when you understand that, you begin to expand your consciousness so that this becomes an expression of the divine, or at least you know you're creating it no matter what it looks like. Eckhart Tolle says, just act as though whatever's happening, you chose it. That's going to help you out a lot. Because now you can't blame anyone else. Whatever's happening in your life, whatever's going on in your world, just pretend that you chose it. Because you did. That's the secret. You did choose it. And A Course in Miracles tells me very emphatically, it's time to choose again. It's in I believe, the last chapter of the text in A Course in Miracles. There's a whole section, choose once again. So we always have the opportunity to choose heaven. We always can choose it. And guess what? It's already here. So when we choose it, it shows up. Yes, it's a miracle, but it's not a mystery anymore. It shows up because I chose it. And it's true and already here. And miracles or love, divine love, is the reality of the universe. In truth, there is only love. I think I probably missed making... Oh no, I got it. I made that slide. The true meaning of ascension. It's evolving or dissolving completely into the present moment. It's the moment where the drop of water realizes it's the entire ocean. The ocean's all there is, all there was, and all there ever will be. Sounds a lot like what we say when we talk about God. It's all there is, all there was, and all there ever will be. You know, the drop is no more when it enters back into the ocean, and neither is your separate consciousness, that thing that's afraid, that thing that's always wondering and doubting and feeling anger and feeling scared and feeling separate. And there's no more questions. When you enter back into the oneness, there's no more questions. There's no wondering anymore. There's no doubt and there's no fear. Because you realize you are an ocean. The drop was an illusion. The drop is an illusion. You're never separate from the whole. That being that you try to identify as separate from everything else, it's an illusion. We are the ocean. We're the whole of creation. And that's the ascension of the human consciousness. I love you.
You have been watching the message from our Sunday celebration service here at Unity on Cape Cod, providing a positive path for spiritual living. Please join us every Sunday morning at 10 a.m. at 147 Walton Ave, Hyannis, Mass. And visit us online at unityonCapeCod.org. This video was made possible in part through a grant from Unity Worldwide Ministries and the Templeton Foundation.